Hello and welcome back to our Montreal Majestic playthrough here, where we've added 6 teams to the NBA competition, and we are just going to keep pushing on through until one of these teams does win the NBA championship. Now, I am the kind of person that will finish a series. I'm not just going to cut down. I am pressed for time over on the main channel, but you know what? For the 50 odd of you that are actually still watching the series, I do appreciate here on the second channel. We're sitting mid-table sort of thing. St. Louis not having the best of seasons. I've actually gone through and renamed every single of the new recruits that came through in the last draft. So there are no 2 players with the same name. Hopefully I've got them all. So I managed to fix that up. From now on, we'll just use the auto-generate rookies and see what we can gather. Now, I'm just trying to think. Time-wise, I don't really have a lot of time to spend on this series, but, I'm still enjoying playing a little bit of NBA. So I think what I'll do is I'll just cut down to 1 game per episode. We'll try and simulate a lot quicker and build this team up until we really get into a formidable position that we start playing NBA playoffs and the like. So hopefully you're happy with that. The few of you that are watching it do appreciate it. Let's jump into this episode. We'll probably get 1 game and get through to the end of the season. Let's see how we're traveling. Right, so we did sim through to December, where we've just beaten the Aeronauts 146-26, and we'll get all the way through to the end of the season, I think, here. So we'll just pick a game to play. We'll play one of our teams that we've brought in. Let's just check the standing and see who's doing the best. Right, so we're probably the best in the Eastern Conference. Baltimore are up and about, and St. Louis are down. Honolulu, Albuquerque not really doing much, and Seattle is up mid-table. So I think, let's take on Seattle sometime this season, and we'll finish up, and hopefully we've had a fairly good one. Let's get into it. Well, luckily enough, we've got Seattle on the final game of the season, so let's simulate all the way through, see how these boys travel. We'll play that final game. Right, we've got an interesting trade being offered to here. However you say his name, a 74 rated power forward, plus their first round top 3 pick protected for 2023. For Quetta, who we've dropped down to the G League, and Little, who I wanted to get rid of anyway. I am going to negotiate this trade. Right, so let's have a quick look here at the roster. Unfortunately, Hampton's gone and got himself injured 4 to 6 months out with a dislocated right patella, and that's dropped him 8 overall at this stage. So Mannion will probably take the point guard role with Isaiah Thomas. Clark, our only shooting guard. Valentine, Nader, Deng. And then McDaniels is up to a 79. Wood 77. Antetokounmpo. Oh my god, that is just a name I'm never going to be able to pronounce. Another power forward. Wiseman's up to an 81. We've got Zubac, and Bogut's down to 66, and he's injured. He's got back spasms. Apparently we need to bring some players in, so I'm going to have to find some quick players off the free agency list just to fill up this roster. Alright, so I've pulled in a couple of free agents here, and we've got in Trevin Blewett, 74 overall at 26 years of age, and Shake Milton. So I brought in a couple of shooting guards there, 74 as well, just to, Clark's a bit lower rated. So that should sort us out. Hopefully we've got enough players now. Let's continue on with the simulation. Alright, we've only just brought this lad in, but we've got an offer here from the Kings. They'll give us a point guard in Farrell 73, plus a second round pick in the 2025 draft for this power forward. And you know what? I want picks, because picks I can manipulate around to try and get better picks in the upcoming draft. So let's negotiate this trade as well. Right, so we get a deal done. We brought in Farrell, 27 years of age, 73 rated point guard. So we've got 4 there, with Hampton out for a considerable amount of time. And we really didn't need that extra power forward. I think McDaniels and Wood can do the job. Wiseman can chip in at power forward as well. Bogut's back from injury, and we picked up an extra pick, a second round pick. So not bad business for the Montreal Majestic. Right, let's check in on the standings, and we are 6th with a 27-19 record. Who else is coming up and about? Baltimore 21-23, and St. Louis is still relishing that bottom place with a 10-34 record. In the Western Conference, it's Honolulu at the bottom, only 9 wins for them, even with the number 1 pick. Aeronauts and Seattle have moved up 22-23, so I think that's still the team that we're going to look to play here at the end of the season. Right, there is the All-Star team for 2021. I don't think any of our players have made it in yet, but hopefully that's not too far away. Right, we are at the end of the season, so before we take on the Supersonics, let's have a look at some of the results. A 44-37 record with 58% chemistry. Really just looking here, we did beat Honolulu 124-91. A few more wins there along the way. I'm just trying to look at the teams that we would have played against. Honolulu, again, another victory, 115-97. We beat St. Louis 123-119. We beat Baltimore 119-98. So we're traveling well against the expansion clubs, and traveling quite nicely against some of the other big teams around the competition as well. A few losses here and there. We beat St. Louis again 119-104, and we've just won by 1 point against the Phoenix Suns. We've got the final game of the season here against the Seattle Supersonics. So let's get into this and get some gameplay into this episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're at the Key Arena to take on the Seattle Supersonics. And, well, let's see how we can finish up this season. I think we're probably mid-table, but, yeah, obviously no key player there. So, Randall Mananon, he's had his name changed here for this one. And I think maybe, that's it's a negative B home court advantage, but McDaniels is going to be the man to try and get some work done here for us. Inside, Milton gets the touch, and it's a 2-point bucket, a 2-point play for the Majestic. Oh, Milton, he's just jackpotting some coins early. Valentine, Mananon. Oh, he's got some work to do without Hampton out there. Plays it off to Wiseman with an open look. He's missed. Oh, lovely for Mananon. Makes his way to the bucket. It's a 6-4 lead. Oh, lovely for McDaniels. He's on the board now, 8-4. Wiseman! Big dunk inside. Lovely from James Wiseman. And just starting to make a name for himself here at the Majestic. Well, McDaniels nails both buckets, and it's out to a 6-point lead. Oh, there's a big 3 bucket. Left him wide open. Oh, hello, Seattle. Long-range bomb. They're back within 3 points. Oh, man, Thomas. Blewett is cold. He only just checked in, but he's cold. Zubac plays it off for Thomas. There's McDaniels. Oh, lovely bucket. Lovely bucket from old man Thomas. Oh, big block from Wiseman. Big block from Big Wise. Oh, and almost nailed it on the buzzer, but it's a 5-point lead here for the Montreal Majestic over the Seattle Supersonics. Oh, Wiseman, he's taking points for fun, 22-15. Oh, lovely from Milton. They're building a bit of a lead here in the second. Oh, he's hit the big 3 buckets and keeps them within 4 points. Oh, Mananon. Oh, trying to take it to the rim, but Seattle have pulled us back here. But it's a 2-point game. Get a bucket here. We've given it right up. Just trying to be defensive. And they're just holding up. Can't get a steal in here. Just needs to put the pressure on. Oh, no. You've just... Oh, what? Fuck off. Oh, unlucky. Well, it's a 2-point lead here at halftime. Seattle came right back in that one. Oh, McDaniels gets the steal. Oh, and gets fouled on the way to the bucket. We'll go to the spot. Oh, yes, McDaniels. Oh, we got a 6-point lead. Oh, yes, McDaniels and Wiseman are definitely combining well here for Montreal. And it's a 9-point buffer. Wiseman loves a rebound, finds Milton on the edge of the line. Oh, can't get there, but Valentine's inside. And Montreal are taking control here in the third. Oh, Milton, thank you for coming. 10-point lead.
Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether.
Thomas left wide open. Oh, can't get the bucket. Wiseman is getting rebounds for days. Valentine from deep. Ho-ho! 3-point bucket. Well, there we go, end of the third quarter. It's a 5-point lead to the Montreal Majestic. Can we hold on here? They're going to win on the final day of the season.
From those spots, Conley has a dynamite-looking jump shot.
Oh, Milton, that's lovely coming inside. He's been a very good player for us here in this game, so hopefully he sticks around for a season or two. Oh, big block from Wood. Connie's trying to take the game on here, but we are corralling him nicely. Oh, boom! McDaniels finding some points here in the fourth, and it's an 11-point lead for the Majestic.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance.
Oh, McDaniels! Oh! Well, Jada McDaniels is ripping it up here in the last quarter. Showing some class. And there we go. It's the final game of the season. It's a win, 71-62. Not sure if we've qualified for the postseason, but we'll find out soon enough. Well, let's have a look here. McDaniels got 17 points, 4 rebounds. Wiseman with 12 points, 12 rebounds. Milton picked up 10 points. Zumac 9, Wood 8, Valentine 5, Mannion only the 4 there. Thomas with 4, Blewett with 2. And no one else really getting involved in the game. But it's a good way to finish the season, or the regular season, with a victory against the Seattle Supersonics. Right, the MVP of the season is Stephen Curry. Rookie of the year goes to RJ Hampton. I'm sure we changed his name. Or I don't know. I'll have a look at that one. Yeah, okay. Sixth man is Derek Favors. Defensive player of the year is Anthony Davis. Most improved player is Jamal Murray. Coach of the year, Brett Brown. Cool. Right, the all NBA teams. Have we got any players floating around in this one? Not in the first team. Not in the second team. Not in the third team. All defensive team, no. Nothing in the all defensive team 2. And the all rookie team, well, we need to change up Hampton's name. LaMelo Ball there for the Sharks. James Wiseman gets into the first team rookie as the center. Ashley Edwards for the Atlanta Magic, and the Albuquerque Aeronauts, Cole Anthony. Right, let's take a look at the league standings in the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia have come out on top. And what have we got here? Well, geez, I think we've got ourselves a spot in the playoffs. Look out. Montreal Majestic with a 45-37 record. Baltimore 36-46. St. Louis came off the bottom with a 28-54, and Toronto finished bottom of the Eastern Conference. In the West, in Honolulu, Albuquerque and Seattle finished a bit further down, 36-46. Top of the conference is the Phoenix Suns with a 56-26 record. So we are through to the playoffs in only our second season. A very low ranking. We're going to simulate through these as well and see how we go. Right, so we've got the 76ers, and let's just simulate the playoffs here, because I don't think we're going to go too far. Let's simulate this round first. And Montreal get one here over the 76ers. 2 now for Philly. Well, we are the best placed team thus far in the 6 that we have added. It's a 3-3, but we've been eliminated and we are out. Right, we'll simulate the rest of the playoffs here, see who goes through to the playoff final. I mean, a valiant effort there to go down 4-3, a 7-game series. And Atlanta, not for Philly, have come back. Phoenix and Memphis on the... Okay, so it's the 76ers and the Suns in the NBA playoffs. And who's going to take this one out? It's going to Game 7. Oh, the 76ers. Well, I mean, we put up a decent effort, and they've eventually taken the championship. So, not a bad effort there. Only our second season here with the Majestic. Hopefully, we can recruit well in the next season and maybe go a little bit deeper. Right, Ben Simmons is the MVP of the finals. He's 92 rated. Right, some player retirements. Lou Dent and Andrew Bogut have both left us. And PJ Tucker for the Wizards. There's a lot of retirements here, a lot of retirements. We're not going through all them. Right, so we will hit the draft lottery in the next episode, but let's have a quick look at how our team's progressing. RJ Hampton is back from his injury. He's an 81 overall. Let's hope that injury didn't do too much damage to him. Potential of an A. And then we've got Thomas at 32. So he's on the decline. I mean, you know, he's just coming in to help us out until we can really get some players around. Mannion up to a 76 at this stage, and they will get a jump when we go into the new season. And we've also got Farrell there at a 74. So 4 point guards, we could possibly look to offload one of those, maybe for some draft picks. Blewett 74, Milton 74, and Clark at 73. So I might try and offload some of these players if we can for draft picks. Valentine is our starting small forward at a 78. So when we go into the draft, I'm probably going to look for either a shooting guard or a small forward to start with. And if we get any extra picks, we'll see what we can do there, because they're the kind of key positions that we haven't recruited yet. Daniels is a 79, Wood 77, Wiseman's up to an 81. That's huge. And Zubac is his, backup at a 78. So, yeah, a few retirees. We'll try and offload a few of the players, and we'll be ready for another draft. Hopefully we can get a decent pick. I'll do some work behind the scenes just to move some picks around, and hopefully we can get a decent first round pick once the draft lottery has been done. Right, I've also got RJ Hampton, Jaden McDaniels, and James Wiseman all on the untradables list. We want to hold on to those lads that we've got through the picks. Mannion, we'll see what happens there. It's another point guard that we brought in, but maybe we could use him as a bit of bait to pick up a decent first round pick. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We obviously need backup because Hampton was out for 6 months, so we'll wait and see what happens. But I think that's where we'll leave this episode. Just follow it along. Nothing too crazy. And once we have a full team that we can really do some damage with, what I think we'll do is we'll just try and simulate through and then play a proper playoffs. Hopefully some of these other teams that we've brought in get some decent draft picks and start getting on top of things as well. But until next time, we'll see you then. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. The Sparring DK channel now has Patreon, and if you feel like just going that little extra step to help, the channel grow, you can go across to the website, pledge your allegiance to myself, and for $1 a month, you're basically putting it in a jar and allowing for us to go and buy some more beers and record some more beer drinking episodes. Thank you very much to the current lads that have gone ahead and supported the channel. Absolutely tremendous to see anybody willing just to give that $1 a month at this stage. I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really will make a difference in the future. So jump across there if you're that way inclined to the Patreon channel. Sign up today, and we'll see if we can get some extra beer drinking episodes for you at home. Now, if you are looking for some more content, we've got a couple of videos. One here, and if you want to subscribe, there's a button right there. So go ahead, subscribe, and you'll be notified when the video